Hi, I'm Sarah Nelson, Editor-in-Chief of Publishers Weekly, and I'm here today with Robert Kiyosaki, the well-known mega-selling author of umpteen books. The most recent one is called Increase Your Financial IQ, but the one he's really excited about is one that's coming out in the fall called Rich Brother, Rich Sister, about how he's going to make his sister, who is already spiritually rich, as the first woman ordained by the Dalai Lama, how he's going to make her financially rich. So I'd like to hear about that. Can you talk just a little bit, how did you get into publishing in the first place? What was your idea?
Well, first of all, it's important to say I believe I got very lucky. I've been on the New York Times bestseller list almost 7 years now. I flunked out of high school twice because I can't write, which is ironic. The last profession would be as an author. So if somebody calls me an author, I sort of look around, wonder who they're talking to, And it wasn't that I couldn't write. The teacher did not like what I wrote, so we disagreed constantly in class, and which is probably why I did okay with it. But Rich Dad, Poor Dad was self-published at first, and nobody wanted the book, and anybody who wanted to change the book because it was written like I used to write in high school. And they said, this is not proper English. And I said, well, I don't speak proper English. And that was the first fight, and so we self-published. And it came out in April 1997, and by 2000, it was, I think, the only self-published book on the New York Times bestseller list.
Certainly the first one.
Yeah, and it was going viral. It wasn't going by any promotions. It was just going virally. And then Oprah called, and I walked on her show, and my world changed.
What is the secret to your amazing success? Is it the publishing model? I mean, how did you make it work?
Number one is I'm an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I am not an author. And the biggest mistake I see, everybody's got a book inside of it. I want to tell my story.
Right.
And my question is, as an entrepreneur, can you sell? If you expect the publisher to sell for you, you're sorely going to be disappointed. Because a publisher comes out with a book, you do a 1-week book tour if you get one,
right,
or you sit at a bookstore hoping somebody will come up and talk to you because they don't know who you are.
Right.
I've done that. So as an author, I've got to be my number one salesman. So in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I say, I'm not a best writing author, I'm a best selling author. I thought if I'm ever going to be a writer, number one is I've got to be a speaker first. I've got to be able to sell. So the author has got to be the best salesman, not the publishing house, the author. So if an author can't sell, I would, as a publisher, not really want to take him on because both of you would be sorely disappointed. So with or without my publishing houses behind me, I'm selling every single day. Like I'm up in New York right now because I did a show with Steve Forbes. My wife is on public television right now pitching and all this. But our company has a full-blown marketing PR web division with or without the publisher.
Can you tell me a little bit about this new book? Everybody was very excited about it at London, I heard.
They say when you're at dinner, don't talk about religion, politics, sex, or money.
Right.
Well, the next book, we're going to take two of those subjects.
Religion and money, I assume.
Yes.
Right.
And the book is entitled Rich Brother, Rich Sister. And my sister is one of the only women ordained by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Mm-hmm. So she is for real. When you see pictures of the Dalai Lamas, my sister's standing right next to him or in front of him. And she's a Western woman. She's Japanese, but she was, fourth generation Japanese. Okay, you can see the cover of the book. She's there in her saffron robes, and with Tibet and China operating, and the PR fact, as an entrepreneur, man, the PR couldn't be better,
Right.
So there she is, standing in her saffron robe, and there I am with a suit just like this, blue pinstripe and all this. So when the right brain picks up this picture, here's obviously both brother and sister, both Oriental. And she is rich sister, I am rich brother. Mm-hmm. Two different paths to God, money, and happiness. So it's not about really God or anything about it. It's how we find life's purpose in life, but we find it completely different. I'm a capitalist, she's a monastic.
Right.